everyone, it's Diane Evans with StampinWithDiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you're subscribed just down here below. Hit that bell and you'll get notified immediately. Or if you're joining me on my Facebook page, welcome. I really do appreciate every time that somebody does join me on a live, or if you come and you watch me on a replay. Make sure that if you are watching on a replay that you let me know that you are watching that, and also make sure that you do say hello when you are watching it, whether it be live or not. I'm humbled by everybody that does come and watch me. So welcome to, like I say, my Facebook and YouTube Live. It's Saturday morning here in British Columbia, and it is card sketch number 260. Now, I hope that these card sketches inspire you to make different cards. I know it's usually a starting off spot, and I will be completely honest with you. What I do is I create the card, make it into a card sketch, and that makes it easier for you. Now, I haven't really created the card because I create the card as we go along. And I know that sounds a little strange to some people, but that's the way that I do it. That's the way it works for me. Hello, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. All right, so card sketch number 260. We are actually going to be using the Jolly Holly bundle together with this. So this is the card sketch. I'm going to move it up closer to the camera. My regular card base is always the finished card base. This sketch will be on my Facebook group, which there is a link right there below. Make sure that you're a member of the Facebook group, and then that way that you can turn around and you can download this at any time that you want to. So that's really important that you know that you can get that at any time. All right, so we are using the Jolly Holly suite. Now this is a hybrid embossing suite bundle, that sort of stuff. I'll just put that up there. It has lots of words on it. I think this is more of a stamp set that you can play with and use for different sentiments and little things like that. But this embossing folder, like I say, is a hybrid one. And when you put this part, and I'm just going to show you how that part works. Ouch. Oh my goodness. Now, this is part of my monthly card class. I do have a link down below in the description there, so you may want to just go in there. Hello, Bobby. All right, so this goes on this part here. You are going to go in and you are going to put this here, and you can cut it and emboss at the same time. But I want to tell you, when you do use this together, what happens is it cuts out certain parts of it. I haven't used that today. I wanted to do something a little bit different and show you the beauty of these embossing folders. And then we're just going to do a fairly simple card. It has a few more layers on there, and but I'll show you how that works. So we're actually going to use the holly. We're going to use this one here. So let's go in and let's get started on here. Oh, I forgot to show you the rest of the dies. So we are actually going to use the holly die. Now, if I take this out, I could lose it. So what am I going to do with that? I should maybe just leave it in there till I go about using it. All right. So let's just put this up here on the corner there. Hello, Marjorie. All right. So I am... this is, like I say, this is the finished card, card base, but I've done this 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. Now we always want to fold into the mountain, so I'm just going to fold it this way, and we'll use our bone folder. Now the reason why we do fold into the mountain is so that we get that nice even one there. Now this next layer here is this piece, and it's garden green. Yes, I am using garden green. I actually am quite liking it, especially it's a two-tone paper that switched me over to it. But this is the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. I just used this on Monday with this beautiful paper here, but we're going to turn it over and use this side as well. So this piece happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. Now I'm not going to put this on yet because I think I might be using some of that linen twine on there. I'm not sure. All right, So then the next piece that's on here is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I'm using Real Red, and I'm going to go and put that right down on this piece here. So you know what, I think I'm going to use my seal today. I go back and forth between the seal and the other because I'm getting into the memory keeping. I'm trying to use the seal a little bit more, and we'll go from there. Now this is, like I say, this is using, hello Amanda, this is using the Holly Jolly Holly, and we are going, I am using this for my card, my card class of the month at the end of the month, and there is a link down below there for that. Now, isn't that just, is that straight or is it crooked? What is it? Let me just double check. It's looking like it might be a bit crooked, so let me just, story of my life lately. Let's just see if this is straight. So this is 2 3/4. You know, it's off by just a tad, so I'm just going to move that there, and I'm just going to cut that. Now this has this piece in here, so you got to be really, really careful. I just use a toothbrush to get that part out, and you want to clean that track quite often. That's actually my splattering toothbrush. So let's go ahead. Like I say, it was off just by a bit. And with them having these lines on here, they tend to look at, yeah, no, that's good now. Okay, I know the lines on here are a little crooked, but that's the way of the Designer Series paper. All right, so let's see if I have, oh, I do. Okay. All right, so then this piece here is the piece that is from, that is the two-tone garden green. Now this was just on sale. I still have an ongoing two-tone paper thing. I actually finally got the rest of my two-tone paper yesterday from the 23rd of June. They really had some issues there, so anyways. All right, so this is going to go on here. Now I've run that through the embossing folder, and because it's two-tone paper, I do not like giving up the chance of going and sanding this paper. This paper is amazing. You add way more texture by sanding it. Now I probably could have gone with this color, but I find this part of the green is a better green. Now with the two-tone paper, it doesn't quite match up with our cardstock color. And I like that because it gives us an extra. There happens to be actually 53 of these two-tone paper colors. And I just say it gives you another 106 new colors. So that's going to go on there. So let's go ahead and put that on. Now, this happens to be embossed, so I am going to use my glue instead of my seal. Find it gets into the nooks and crannies there, so. And then that piece is just going to go in there, like so. So that's our piece that's there. Then I think I am going to go ahead and probably put some of this linen twine around there, but I think I'm going to leave it until I know where this goes. Now this is this sentiment. This happens to have, there's two dies that I actually cut out, two rectangle stitch dies here. This is the larger one, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, may the spirit of the season bring you hope, happiness, and love, and I want to put that onto the front. Now, I really like doing, changing the colors up by marking on it, but I find with a photopolymer stamp set, it doesn't work as well with the markers as it does with a regular ink rubber stamp. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in red, real red, I think. Yes. So I'm just coming in with my paper piercing mat. And just going to put this up a little bit here. There. Now also on the inside of the card, I don't have an inside there, but I am going to come in and do this, have Happy Christmas, Happy Merry Christmas, Bright and Happy Christmas wishes. I think I'll do that one. And we'll just take that out. Remember, if you're using photopolymer, that what you want to do is you want to come lay it down, let it relax, and then just pick it up with your... Now we're hoping that we're going to get this in here straight. Just like that. Really nice sentiments on here. All right, so then I'm going to let that dry. And I also have a scrap piece here that I'm going to actually do with the holly. The die cuts cut out this sprig here, the holly, the poinsettia, and the bells. So like I say, this works out really, really well for smaller stamps and to do garnishes on them and everything else. So I'll come in with my stamp. And we're going to use some Memento on there. Remember, I always use this Memento where I've done it myself. Hello, Felicia. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and let's just put that up there. I'm actually going to stamp a couple of these just in case I need a couple. And I'm going to come in and cut that because we're going to use our mini cut and emboss. There we go. So now, as I always say, this is where this is going to take the circle. So I'm coming, this is going to be here, this is like this, and then I'm going to put my holly there, and that's taking this lot here as the circle. All right, so before I color, not that it's a really lot of coloring, I'm going to come in with that little die, and we're going to cut that out with our mini cut and emboss machine. Just stick that down there. Well, I'll plate that one on the bottom there. So we're just going to come in, line that up. I'm going to come in with my Post-it note tape. This Post-it note tape can be found on Amazon. I do go through an awful lot of it, that is for sure. Yeah, so if you're interested, you live in Canada and you're interested in the monthly card class, this is there. I'm also very excited about my Christmas card class that I am using the Joy of Jar with. Finally finalized that, sending it off for cutting on Monday, so it's all good. So, let's just take this out. I'm going to put this back in there, and with the dies. And let's go ahead and color this. So we don't have a garden green at all in our blends. So I am using a light old olive. And then I'm also going to use a mossy meadow. Now we could have used shaded spruce in there, could have changed that up a little bit. I wonder if that would have worked. Let me just try that with the shaded spruce. This is the light shaded spruce, so let's just see how that colors. It goes a little too blue. I think I'll be better with the, this is the dark mossy meadow. I want to go with the light mossy meadow. This mossy meadow, it kind of has the same sort of tone-ish as the garden green, so it kind of works together there. So we'll just come in and just this is over top of this. You can barely see me doing that there. Just there. And then I'm also using the dark Real Red. I find yeah, the light Real Red is quite pinky, but at least this one is quite dark. Now, see, like I say, I probably could have done 2 of those. Had one on the inside as well. You know what? Let's go ahead and cut that one out. And then we can do something with that on the inside. Let me just put that there. Whoops. Just quickly do that again. And we'll do that. So what are your plans? I guess over in the Netherlands it's late in the evening, Amanda, right? Still early morning here, not early, it's 10-ish. And then, yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to come here and take this on here. We'll put that on with that as well. Put that there. Whoops. Missed it completely. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we'll come in with our plate. 7 there now. Yeah, I figured it was, I think it's, well, yeah, 9 hours difference. Oh, the squeaky. All right. My Post-it note tape onto my stand, and then now I can just put this away. So we will quickly color this as well. Small, nice little image. Come in with our little bit here of the mossy meadow, and then come back in with the old olive just to blend it, to take those lines away. Excuse me. And then back with our red. Excuse me. There we go. So we've got 2 of those there. All right. So let's see what we've got going for us here. That there, that's going to go around there. You know what? I think the twine is just going to add to it. Just going to wrap it around twice and then just sort of tie it. Just going to loop this underneath there. Whoops. I unlooped it. Just get it fairly tight. I can always tighten it before I put it on. So I'm actually going to turn this down this way. And I am going to tie a bow on it. I find with this linen thread, when it's on that spool, it tends to not go so much as in a bow-ish. It goes every which way, and I'm good with that. Okay, and then this 'Tis the Season, and I think we should pop this out. Let's come in with our this must have been a paper pumpkin one. They seem a little bit smaller. Okay. You can't start too early. Well, Christmas in July is usually when I start. Like I say, I've got my Christmas card class. Last year we didn't because of our mail strike here in Canada. I've got lots of cards left to send out because we couldn't very well send any. But I can't wait until the 30th because we get more Christmas stuff, right? Christmas and holiday stuff. So, and also prepping for my, you know what? I'm just going to glue that on. Prepping for my retreat as well. But my retreat is home for the holidays, so I can use a bit of other stuff because we have a couple more holidays in between. All right, so then that's just going to go right on there like that. Easy card, but I kind of like this sketch because it's quite simple, but it gives a little bit of definition. You could, instead of a thing here, you could put a circle. Now I went and I colored that other, there it is. And all we're going to do is just put this on the inside, just like that. I couldn't put Christmas music on though. Sorry, no, that can't happen. Mind you, all the Christmas music is so different now. It's not the carols anymore. So there we go. There's card sketch number 260. Oh, you know what? I do have these gems. I thought that they had retired, but they haven't. These are the cherry cobbler and pearl ones. So I could use these. Now, I always find that these are too much. So this is what I've been doing with mine, or I did last year. And then you can make them go a little bit further. Just going to go in and cut those off. And then that way I can use my 3 on here. Okay, so let's just come in with our Take Your Pick tool again. Thank you. You're so kind. So let's just go there. Where do I put this? You got those there, so you know what? I think I'll just put them down here. There we go. There. Simple, simple. All right. So there, like I say, is card sketch number 260. Love to see you join along with this. Thank you, Bobby. Where's the dotted DSP from? This dotted DSP? This DSP is my embossing folder done with two-tone cardstock. So I put the two-tone in there. And then I turned around and I took my sanding block and just sanded that off there. So I hope that helps, Felicia. Kind of gives a dotted look, but it also gives, you can see the holly behind there as well. So yeah, I love the two-tone paper. I can't get enough of it. So I have some in every color. Of course I do. All right, so like I say, if you like that, remember to give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. If you live in Canada, remember that there's a link down below if you need to get in contact with me or if you'd like to join in any of my classes. Also, I will be going live at 12 o'clock on Monday with a fun fold or a 3D project. It might be a 3D project. I'm kind of getting ready for my 12 weeks of Christmas, so that I kind of have to get done. Plus also I think I've got some different things to do for backstage when I go and do some stuff there. So I don't know. We shall see what happens there. All right, you guys, remember to create because it's great for the soul, and we will see you Monday, 12 o'clock Pacific time. Bye for now.